Whew, it's
All
Monday.
right, we live.
It's Monday.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy
This is
Monday.
the best thing ever on Mondays. Like for me, I be like, oh Monday, but then I'm like, oh, it's Monday. Shout out to Monday Night Live.
So, shout out to Monday Night Live. This is our fourth show, I
Is
think.
it? I don't know.
It's
Is
time
it the
flies.
fourth?
Time flies when you're having fun. So, y'all know me and Vanna, we here doing a thing. I know you like, wait, it's the extra square on this mug. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, this is our official. But we rock with this dude. We're kicking it for a cause. You know what I'm saying? He's part of our squad, our trio, Mr. AP, Divine Music Media, aka Alan Perkins. So
And
real quick, Alan, feel free, please tell the people who you be. So
what's going on, everybody? Yeah, I'm Alan at AP Divine Music. That's my Twitter handle. I mean, not Twitter handle, my Instagram handle. But yeah, no, I'm excited to be on here with the crew, the Kicking It for a Cause crew. So I'm excited to talk. All things local election politics, and yeah, I come from I guess Slate, the job
You
center.
represent. You better
Shout
represent.
out
Shout out.
to I see
Shout
I
out
have
to
my youth
Slate.
build t-shirt on, so shout out
oh
to the youth
yeah.
build program. This the old logo, so
Oh.
sorry, but nah. Shout out to the youth build program. This the throwback logo, but yeah, shout out to them and all the other great opportunities and the great things that's got going down at Slate.
Yes. Woo,
Yeah, we
woo,
coming
woo.
back. We're really trying to build, build ourselves back up with the community and build the trust with the community again. So
Shout out to Slate.
Shout out to Slate. So all right, y'all, we finna get into this. I'm not gonna say foolery. We're gonna get into this conversation. And also as you join us, if you rocking with us, please feel free, comment, throw something in the little comment box or what have you. Tell us who you are, where you from, where you repping, and how do you feel about these topics that we getting into. So feel free to put your comments so we can talk to you. You can be included in the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, here we go, y'all. Here we go.
Here it goes. Dum 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 dum. Oh, Kelly, what happened to the?
Yeah, I know, y'all. Well,
It's like, what? Wait a minute, I'm missing something here. Okay.
I know. I know. So you missed it? Okay, so I have to add it again.
I did. I was
I
like,
I didn't.
can't.
I didn't know if it was like too much.
it
Uh,
was
I
giving a,
can't.
it was giving a vibe of like, I don't know.
That's
okay, so I didn't know if it was given too much, but I guess we couldn't give too much virtually. So like I said, y'all, we are hopping into it. Obviously, we had the elections on Tuesday. Hopefully people voted. So we're gonna kind of delve into some of the highlights or lowlights or however you view them with the results. So we're gonna start again high level on things that all of us Missourians had to vote on. So right here, what you see, I know this is a lot of stuff. Bear with me, but we voted on one, two, three, four, five kind of ballot initiatives or what have you. And as you can see, of those five things, I know constitutional amendment number 3, aka the one legalizing recreational Mary Jane.
Mary
Um, that
Jane.
was like kind of the most popular thing that folks talked
definitely
about.
one.
And that passed obviously. And something I have these numbers up here, not to like trick people up, but personally, I found it interesting, when you're looking at the numbers and the percentage points, right, of how these things passed or failed. So that constitutional amendment 3, you see that it was close. You had 53% people voting in favor of it, and you had like 47% of people that voted against it. So it was a little close.
It reflects the conversations. I mean, you had a lot of people who are going against it, especially like a lot of these organizations that were announcing they were amendment no. But you had a lot of people who was like, no, we need this. So I think this really reflects the back and forth that was going on around this amendment. So
Honestly, too, especially with that last minute change, because I ain't gonna lie, that last minute, press release from the mayor or whatever, that definitely made me rethink it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
this was a tough
I
one.
wonder what it would have been like if if a lot of the prominent folks that we follow, and I guess respect, I wonder if they hadn't said anything, what it would have been. Because, like, I remember back in the day, I mean, because shoot, they've been working on this for no telling how long. But I
Yeah.
definitely remember a bill represented back in the day by one of the state reps, or at least he was talking about it and, trying to get folks on board. That was a good maybe 3 years ago. So, no
And
telling.
I just feel like with all of the other states already on board with this, that you would think that, it could have been a little more to this space, if I should say.
Man, they was gonna pass this bill though.
I mean,
I knew that they was gonna pass this bill when I was driving to work down on Olive, and I saw a dispensary going in the old emos across the street from the police headquarters. I
it's
said, "Oh yeah,
dispensaries everywhere.
yo,
It's a lot of coins. It's a lot of
Money.
narrow money. So that's the motivation.
I knew it was
Yeah.
gonna go when they started talking about medical. That's the first step.
yeah,
So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I know it's eventually gonna come. So
yeah."
it's here. It's gonna change the Constitution. I know they're saying that. So I want to just say too, real quick, like y'all go check out because they do have a draft. Secretary of State website, I think is where it is. And they're actually asking for like feedback about this. Because they're trying to get this going by, from my understanding, February 2023. So go if you're really into this space and you out here 420 friendly. Go engage with this, y'all, to make it the best that it can be, hopefully, and make some real impact, especially for our community. So,
Especially for our community.
for our community.
So I know there is a lot of talk around Constitutional Amendment 3. And then I kind of wanted to lift up a couple other things on here, which again, those percentages jumped out at me. Constitutional Amendment number 4 increases funding to police force established by the State Board of Commissioners. That's Kansas City, y'all. I'm just gonna say it. That's Kansas City.
It affects Kansas City, but the state of people had to vote on it. Right.
And then and look at the percentages. You had over 63% of Missourians voted in favor of this. So what does that say?
I don't know where we live at. Come on now, y'all. I'm not shy.
We finna see that map in the next slide. Y'all know what we
right.
live.
And then also, again, the Missouri National Guard will be its own department. Again, that was, over 60% of
I'm gonna need y'all to check on this.
Yeah, because that kind of gave me a little riff. I was like,
that was a big red flag for me.
What is going on?
Right.
Own department. What is we finna do with the National Guard here in Missouri?
So
I'm really scared in that space.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either. And maybe that's something I need to, next time I have some conversations.
Like, we need to be talking to some elected officials.
I need to really understand what does this mean?
And this is what's crazy to me, y'all, is when these things show up on the ballot, no one is really digesting what they mean. Yeah, no one is really, even the ones elected officials, because I'm sure this has to be someone like what they call it. Somebody presented this and was like, "Hey, this should be a law or this should be a bill." Blah blah blah. So, are you not engaging with each other to say that you got this information that's coming out, a bill that you think you want to see passed? And I don't know. Is there no talking going on, or is it just inside talking? Maybe that's what it is.
So we need to put a pin in this. Because we do have a special guest that will be joining us.
Yes, we do.
Legislator. See, look at that, y'all. Y'all gonna have to stay tuned and tap into that, because that's the question that we can definitely ask that person.
Yeah,
I'm curious. That's a great question, man.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I definitely used context clues at the poll on that one. I was like, hold on, let me read that again. And I was like,
no.
You
heard me? No. Mm-hmm. Big no, if I could have wrote N-O-O-O-O on them.
So I can only imagine someone who can't really read, or some, who can't really comprehend. Like, because y'all know them joints is written like crazy. Them joints are written
Even for it
intentionally,
ain't. I could read. Okay, I ain't even illiterate, and I
intentionally,
struggle with some of this stuff. I'm like, what is this? Shout out to Kelly. What is
intentionally, and I don't know, y'all. I don't know everything.
Kelly?
But it's
Hold up.
right. But it's intentionally written in that language for us regular people, so we don't really understand like what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other.
Because I mean, what does it mean to be their own department? Like, what does that even mean? What are they gonna do? Is like they gonna be policing us? I'm confused. Anyway, I don't know, but shout out to Missouri. Only in Missouri.
Exactly. And as I advance to the next slide, right? So
Red.
we voted on the U.S. Senate race, which again, this is, right now, y'all, it's really to the wire nationally as far as who gonna run it, right? Is it gonna
Yeah.
be the Dems, the Republicans? So all these charts and things, and so obviously we know Eric Schmidt won. He is our new U.S. senator.
Woo.
I wanted to show this map because it shows again. So he was competing against Trudy Bush Valentine. There are a couple other candidates too, but they were the two front runners. And so this map shows what we working with, y'all. So the red is what Eric Schmidt, what he won, the areas he won, and then the blue represents the areas that Trudy Bush Valentine won. So this is where we at, y'all.
But let me
This is
say
tough.
this, Kelly, because
This
we
is
digest this a little bit earlier. Um, for in for her to have won those big major states, it was still close in the numbers, though. You see that? I just noticed that. Like she won in like Kansas City, Columbia, and St. Louis, but it was like 42% to his 50. Was that 55?
55. Mhm.
So I mean, for three states to be that close in this race, maybe there is something given there.
Well,
Um,
I feel like, so for me, I see two things when I see this map. One, red always decides in Missouri. Like we see how our state always votes. But then two, we see that our major cities don't vote. Because understand, there's more people in Kansas City, Columbia, and St. Louis than in rural Missouri alone. And
that's what I'm
so
saying.
this
Yeah,
shows this shows that, truth be told, nobody from the city voted. I mean, we know that with the stats came. I was like, wow, what? Nobody. Like
yeah.
I don't even want to like I don't even want to like make it even allude that folks came out. No, no. No one voted in the city.
I mean, yeah, we got an F grade.
For them to be blue, and that's what I'm saying. For them to be blue, now I can tell if they was red and folks voted for Schmidt. No, no one voted in the city. If folks voted in the city, Trudy Bush Valentine would have won.
Yeah, we got an F grade in the city. The
Who's
county
to
tech, I
blame?
mean, almost a D maybe.
I don't
Um,
want to blame people that.
Well, I guess when I say who's to blame is it these candidates?
Yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes,
is
yes.
it who the Democratic National
It's
Party standing
it's
behind and supporting or
everybody.
I
whatever?
believe it's everyone.
Everybody, yeah, everybody got a hand in this.
I believe
Everybody has a hand in
everyone.
this. I
I
think.
do. I would
Cause
be curious to your point, Alan. I would be curious to see, like, when we're talking about the Democratic Party, like, with Trudy, what support, what resources was she able to get from the Democratic Party to try to reach out to, again, voters that typically aren't voting, and also some of this red for her to pick up. Clearly, she ain't pick up none of that red. So
none of it,
I don't
boy.
know, like, what support was she able to get from the main party? Hell, I don't know. And so I think that's part of it too. I kind
And
of
how
got
much money does Eric Schmidt have? Is he a billionaire too? I mean, because that's what he ran on. He ran on. She's a corporate billionaire and from a billionaire family. She's not for the people. Blah blah blah. But the real question is, I don't know nothing about you other than that you was Starco Trump supporter and whatever and whatnot in your crazy commercials. But bruh,
he,
He's the
what's your bank
um.
accounts looking like too, man?
What is
Because
his job now? The attorney
he's
general.
our yeah
Attorney general.
he's our age yeah he's our attorney.
And he
So
been suing the.
everybody and losing. I'm sorry. Let me shut up. See,
He has been suing the
we
somersault out of people's
suing the
about to
schools
state.
and everything. So I was really nervous to know that he was even thinking to go into the Senate, because he gonna be up there with a lot of more of these, who Lord. Anyway, but again, it goes back to, I feel like, how competitive is these seats anyway? Like, who really running for these seats? Who? So I say the candidates, and
Ooh,
I
I was gonna say something so ignorant. Continue.
what you was gonna not say it. Well,
I'll tell y'all after.
I
Remind
was
me. I'll
say you
tell
have
y'all
to
after
text
this
me
show.
that.
But I think that it's not one factor or another. I do think it's a combination. How much support are these candidates getting right nationally? Specifically, who are these people? Who are these
Because we've
candidates?
had Democratic
Um,
senators before.
yeah, but
You feel me? But it's
y'all,
like it's a
this is
new.
a
I don't know
whole
what
other
happened.
this is a whole other climate out here.
After McCaskill lost, it's been downhill since then.
It's a whole other climate. Um, yeah.
Well, let's
But I'm gonna stick a pin in that. I'm gonna
pray
stick a
for
pin in
Missouri.
that. So we looked okay. So we looked at the state level. Now we
The
gonna look
next map.
locally. So the city of St. Louis, we voted on some stuff. I think one of the most races, one of the most interesting races I was peeping was a board of aldermen president. Because we all know the former board president who served in that role for uh almost 2 decades. He was in there for a while, y'all. He's gone, right? He's out of the running. So we really it's like, wow, we're gonna have some fresh blood in this role. So you had
That's a
Megan
long time
Green.
to be in somebody's role. Anyway,
I know you had Megan Green and Jack Coder, and as we all are aware, Megan Green was victorious in defeating Jack Coder. Now, I want y'all to look at this map. The source there's post special there, and I personally find this map interesting because it shows who voted for who. So the green represents folks that voted for Megan Green. The orange color represents the folks that voted for Jack, Mr. Jack Coda. So, I mean, Megan was getting it. But this is why I find this interesting, is because a lot of the folks that endorsed Megan Green, and you had quite a few of the black alder people, they endorsed her, but you see, I mean, they endorsed Jack. They didn't endorse Megan. A lot of the black border alder people endorsed Jack Coder. However, again, if you look at this map here, they voted for Megan. So I mean that there's a disconnect there. And so I kind of wanted to kind of bring this up with y'all. Like, what do y'all think about that? And
I
also,
was handed a whole simple ballot, and that joker had. I ain't gonna say who it was sponsored by, but yes, I was handed a whole simple ballot walking into the poll on last Tuesday, and that joker had Jack Kodar at the top of that joint for city joint. And I was like, interesting.
a lot of the board of alder people, a lot of them endorsed. I'm not saying all of them,
And, you
but
know, and this person, and I'll be honest with you, this person wasn't an audit person. It was a different elected official. Very interesting.
senator, representative.
I'll tell y'all off camera.
um, so again, I am interested in seeing
It's a disconnect. That's what this is showing
Definitely.
me. There is clearly a disconnect in the city. I know it's one in the county. Anyway, but there's clearly a disconnect in the city, because if these people who represent, you know, who's representing the people in these wards or in these positions, and they're like, we think this is the guy, and the people are like, no, this is the girl, there's a disconnect there. And they clearly didn't listen to that older people. But
I mean that part.
they clearly didn't listen to their older people. So
That part. What does that tell you?
yeah. So I think it's a disconnect. It shows a disconnect.
A lot of disconnects. Like I
But
feel
shout out
like
to April, y'all. April.
April.
Yeah, y'all finna get, it's finna really be some
It's gonna be interesting, and we'll see. Again, y'all, we'll see. I'm curious also because in the city we're blue. We're Democrats, all right? We are a blue city, but there is a division between the progressives and the non-progressives, moderates, conservatives, however the hell you want to call them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Will this kind of be a shift towards the
That's weird because I've never heard of a blue conservative.
I'm just saying. Oh, I know a lot of blue conservatives,
That's
but
interesting.
I'm just saying. I saw, and I told y'all about this. I saw a commercial from Jack Coder that made me just scratch my head because I was like, wait a minute. Is he talking about St. Louis City? Because I promise it looked like he shot that commercial in Festus. Like, I don't know, Fenton.
and
I don't
he had
know.
on flannel, didn't he? He had on flannel, right?
I think so. It was very, very American born
They
and
be,
bred.
they be rocking
Like
that flannel, boy. They be rocking that flannel,
very
honey.
suburban America. And I'm like, where in the city was this? Because this is supposed to be St. Louis City.
Where in the city was this?
Shout out! Oh my gosh! Shout out to my cousin Ryan.
What up, Ryan?
Do y'all see his
Hold on.
comment?
What do you say? What Ryan say,
All the
man?
He said all the old blanks, all the old heads. He know
are all
all
conservatives.
conservatives.
But you know, the thing is, I'm hearing a lot.
True.
There is even amongst the black community, we're gonna have this conversation because he's right. A lot of black people are consider themselves conservatives, and they think that I mean, they fall into some of them categories as what Republicans, you know. So I think we really gonna have that conversations amongst us each others because and they ain't checking for the Democrat Party in a sense, but
Something I did want to mention too about the overall voter turnout in the city. It was like 40, it was in the 40s,
Right.
40%.
yeah.
So 40%, and we're talking about of people that are registered. So I'm not saying blanket people that are of age. I'm saying 40 something percent of registered voters voted.
So I guess it's safe to say that Pookie and Ray Ray did not make it to the polls this year.
But Pookie and Ray Ray probably ain't even registered to
Right,
vote.
if
We
they're
talking about
registered,
Sam and Billy.
if they're
Not Sam and
registered,
Billy.
We talking about Sam and Billy. They registered, but they ain't coming to the polls. Pookie and probably them ain't even registered. You know what I mean?
Which
that's
honestly, I
real.
just feel like, truth be told, I just feel like we, us millennials, like we need someone to really believe in, and we will back. Like we need another Obama hope. Like because I feel like that's the last time folks pulled out. And truth be told, I ain't gonna lie, I was honest. I voted for him because he was black. Like even if that's that, but like we need someone that gives us younger folks some new, just because it's the same, y'all. It's the same
But you
election
know
every
what?
single
I think a
year.
lot of people did what you just said, AP, and I ain't gonna stunt. I did too. I was younger and didn't really know. I just was like, "Ooh, we got somebody that's black. Let's get it." But I
Mm.
think when we're talking about this, we have to be more intentional than just being black because if we look at our
Most
local
definitely.
government, a lot of them are black, and this is why people aren't turning up to the polls because people aren't doing what they supposed to do. That's the problem, AP. You know what I mean? It's like we need candidates not to give us hope, but to do the fucking, excuse my language, to do the work. That's what we need. We need
The
some people
work.
that's gonna do the work. And right now, we tired of hope. What old boy
Do
say?
your job.
Dick
Do your
Gregory. We tired of hope. Ain't no more hope. Like you need to do the
do your
work.
job. Do
Do
your
your
job.
Yeah.
job. Yeah.
So speaking of, so we talked about the city. I gotta give my equal look. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to shut out St. Louis County now. So we
But
about
shout
to
out
lift
to
up.
us.
We about to lift up St. Louis County. So voters
Yeah, I
turn
guess. We love the county. I ain't gonna lie, shout out to y'all because before Kelly and Savannah came into my life, I didn't give two F's about St. Louis County, and I do apologize.
now.
But Monday Night Live, we
We
wrong
keeping
real.
it real
Oh,
and raw.
that's real.
It's
But
real.
because of Kelly and Savannah and all of the stuff in the education, I care about it now, and y'all, they ain't lying. It's live. So
It's
thank you
lit. The
guys.
county is. I don't know. I think the county is
From a
probably
true
more
city
lit than the
boy,
city.
because I'm a true city boy.
Lord. So something again, I want to shout St. Louis County out on this. And I was talking to Vanna about this earlier. I was nerding out a little bit. This mapping situation they got. So y'all go to the Board of Elections site if you are a county resident, or hell, even if you ain't a county resident, go to the Board of Elections website, because the map, I mean, you can pull up. So I just kind of took a screenshot and threw it up here, but there is an awesome map situation they have that visually lays out. Again, this particular map is the turnout specific by precinct.
Yeah.
So you can see who came out to vote. Now, again, I know this is a screenshot, it's small or whatever, but if you look at this map, the dark blue is the higher turnout rates. So obviously our people, you know what I'm focused on North County because that's where we are. But if you look at the map, what when you start going up north, it's looking a little light.
It's
It's
getting a
gonna
little light.
teal, bro, and yellow.
Yeah, it's getting light. Yeah. Shout outs. Yeah, you can just really. I just told Kelly, like, you can, by the way of this map, you can really tell what areas is what areas.
So that's all. I'm telling people, check that map out. St. Louis City, we need a St. Louis City Board of Elections. We kind of need it.
Shout out to County for this though. It was really Pacific.
And we looked at it. Me and Vanna, we were kind of playing around a little bit and zooming in on some of the precincts.
And it made a lot of sense when you zoomed in and figured out what areas you were at. I mean, because by the precincts, you can kind of think like, oh, this part of Bridgeton. Oh, okay. Yeah, this part of yeah.
So we got to do better. So the county, okay, election highlights. Vanna, we were really going back and forth earlier about the St. Louis County executive race, because we had, Mantovani, you know what I'm saying? It was like, he run as Republican, but wasn't he running as a Democrat like 2 years ago? So people were like super confused about that situation. And I mean, Sam Page, he won. I mean, he's reelected. I mean,
first, shout out to Sam Page. I don't know how he's doing it, because this man don't campaign. And there's a lot of people that hate him. I mean, they be up there at these meetings often yelling at how much they hate him. So shout out to him because he's undefeated. I mean, he beat Jane Duker, who was once a Republican and became a Democrat. Am I right?
Facts.
He now beat this guy who was once a Democrat and became a Republican. He is undefeated. I don't know what he's doing, but shout out to Sam Page. It's amazing. I thought he was really gone, but he remains, and it's amazing because, again, he does not campaign. I don't know. Maybe y'all seen him. I ain't seen him, but okay, Sam Page, you in there? You stay in your spot. And he has a lot of people that don't like him in the county. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Black people, white people, all kinds of people.
A lot of people hate him.
Crosses racial.
I ain't got no problem with you, Sam Page. I ain't got no problem with you, Sam Page.
I don't know.
I'm just amazed. Kudos to you for holding down your spot. And
so he won. I really hope, though, that, again, it's a lot of this going on.
It's a lot,
in the county council and the county executive. So I hope for the people, they can kind of come together. Speaking of the county council, too, Vanna, the odd number council members were Lisa up Clancy. For. So Clancy, she won again.
Rita Herd Days. I hope I said that correctly.
All right, Miss Rita, congratulations.
Yeah. Who else was there? Shout out to Wesley Bell. He stands undefeated. Brian Williams, the senator. I know a lot of them though.
I know
Kelly, because I'll tell you, Kelly, with nothing, Kelly.
Shout out to Brian.
Shout
Shout
out to
out to
all of our electeds that
a lot of them ran unopposed. I know
Yeah.
the District One, Rita, she ran against Terry, and she defeated Terry. But a lot of them. So this means a lot of us in the city, not a lot of us. These districts specifically are Democratic districts. Like I said, District One, they didn't have a Republican candidate running against them. It was literally the Democrats fighting amongst themselves only. So that's why she was kind of undefeated. So that's interesting. And just to say that right now, you have to think about the shout out to St. Louis County, the Democrats, they hold majority. They still remain to
yeah,
hold majority
yeah,
Democrats. So
4-3, 4-3. A slim majority, but it's still a majority.
yeah, so hopefully, like you said, they can find some way because Sam Page is a Democrat. Yeah, Lisa Clancy, who just won again. Shout out to her. District 4. I cannot think of her name right now. Help me out, please.
Webb, Miss Webb,
Well, yeah,
Webb,
Sarita, and then the other lady.
Kelly.
So
Yeah,
hopefully they can really work together and make some stuff shake. Because we need that in the county. We got a lot going on. So
Lord, Lord help us. Um,
but I know they're only, a lot of their stuff is unincorporated, but only okay. Anyway, y'all.
yeah, we leaving that on.
Yeah.
So that's it, y'all. I know with the election stuff. We're gonna get into some overall highlights. We're gonna start off with the city, you know what I'm saying, this week, and then we got one highlight specific to the city of Ferguson. But we're gonna get into these city highlights real quick. So yes, y'all, last
Shout out
week
to the city.
this meeting, this streets traffic and refuge committee meeting lasted like 3 hours, damn near. And part of the reason is they met with representatives um that deal with trash, right? Trash is a big thing. It's a huge concern and an issue in the city of St. Louis. And so they met with the folks, the deputy refuge commissioner, Mr. Randy B. He was on there. They also invited his boss, who's the director of streets and refuse and all of that stuff, Bethany Williams. And then they also invited both of their bosses, Nancy Cross, who serves as the executive director of operations for the city of St. Louis, to really delve into this issue of like, what is the issue? Why isn't trash being picked up more consistently? We're paying for a service, we're not getting it in the city of St. Louis. It's gross, it's a public safety concern, et cetera, on top of the illegal dumping that we deal with in our communities. So really the core issue of it is staffing. So I'm gonna play this clip. Like I said, Nancy Cross, who is the boss when it comes to operations, she provides an explanation as far as when we're talking about staffing, like why is this an issue?
I think I can give you an overview that during the pandemic there was something issued someplace. I don't know if it was an official order or what by the fire administration where they were always going to replace essential personnel. And for whatever reason, they did not consider most of the service workers that we have in the city as essential personnel, that they should have continued to hire during the pandemic so that when the pandemic lifted out to some degree, there would be enough people on staff. When we came in, they were already short staffed. There was 1,000 vacancies in the city. We still have a large number of vacancies. To deal with the refuse situation, we did offer a bonus for people to come and go through the system. And I think we've had a few people train in and stay and are reaching the bonus point, but many people came and that's not what they wanted to do. So we tried to transfer them to other positions in the city. Simultaneously, we've had a number of job fairs and making personnel attend those with us as well. So you could fill out an application, not hear about a job, and then try to do the application, and big mess because nothing ever got done. And Slade has been instrumental as well as fathers and sons initially gave us a number of applicants, and some of them I think are still working. But Slade has been instrumental in trying to get us large amounts of people who are interested in coming to work and offering a CDL program at the same time. We are hopeful that this second piece I'm going to tell you about begins to open up and not be as problematic, but all of those applicants that Slate had would go into the personnel office, and out of, I think it was 155, they only certified 20 or so people. That's insane. So we are getting to the root of that issue and trying to figure out how we could have 155 people fill out the paperwork necessary and still only end up with 20 being truly eligible to take the positions, given the situation we're in. There are job fairs happening over the next, I think it's every Friday, Mondays, I guess, that are posted around the city hall, but also Slate is doing some more interviews, and we're trying to get some funds for them to continue to train people, so that we would be able to pick people to come in and do CDL, and we're bargaining with AFSCME, to finish their contract, which also will help us move the current staff and people up, and then offer a better salary to start. So that's where we are now. There is a sense of urgency. The difficulty is that we're not always able to control the application process to move people in, because that's been so separate from the city as personnel. So we're hoping that they now begin to see a sense of urgency to get this done as well.
So, what stood out to me? So again, processes. Shout out to Slate again. Slate's still trying to get these people these jobs. Hella vacancies in the city. But to hear her say 155 applications and only 20 were considered eligible through the personnel department. Now, what I will say is that recently there was the guy who was the director for that department. He served in that capacity for like 20 years. He's retired. So there's a new, and she's a sister that just got sworn in and everything as the new personnel director. So hopefully, she can come in and kind of hit the ground running with cleaning some of this stuff up. But y'all, that is not good. It's not good.
So, when I was listening, so from my point of view, one of the biggest issues is the turnaround time. Like, you're waiting, like, even if you're getting certified, you're waiting almost 2 months to get on board. And when you got mouths to feed, you taking the next thing as much as you may want something. And then I can probably see also why, 155 were accepted and only 20 were. I mean, we have to be honest. A lot of the people, not everyone, but a lot of people that come to a lot of the job fairs, they may need some things to help their resume. It's nothing to fill out the application, but it's the, high school diploma. It's the, definitely work history. But I mean, even too, it's the, felony. Like so there are certain things on the application that if they were to revisit or were able to, adjust or whatever, it may help a few more people. But yeah, man.
And like even then, again, like I'm thinking about even the box, right? The box. And even looking at like marijuana, whatever stuff, if you get past that point where you have to be tested. I mean, I feel like a lot of these things have been revisited or should be revisited if they haven't yet. Just keeping in mind of where we are now with the time. So and I hear you on that, Alan. Is nothing to fill out the application, but I mean, I don't know, like if are there things that or certain requirements that even if they don't fit this role with trash, can they be forwarded to another department for their consideration. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess that's kind of my thinking as well.
I
Even if
think everything goes through personnel, and my thing about it is personnel
so,
might
it's a
be so
centralized,
slow.
like a centralized
Yeah,
check.
yeah, yeah.
Like they need
To
this,
my
they need
knowledge,
that.
someone
I
could
don't think
probably elaborate on that, but to my knowledge too, everything goes to personnel. But then also, like, yo, they're swamped. Like, personnel needs people. Like, that is the city needs people all
everybody needs
across.
people.
Yeah,
Everybody
everybody
needs
needs
that.
people. For all types of jobs and things. And so, they're coming. Like I said, the jobs fairs are still happening. Holly Jolly, there's one tomorrow. Um, Several different employers, things like that. There are some things coming down. I can't speak on right now, but beginning of the year, there are some things coming down the pipeline that will hopefully help address some staffing issues when it comes with the streets, Parks and Rec, and refuse department.
Mm.
So hope and pray that some things turn around. But yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of things are archaic when it comes to the city, and I think it's time to modernize some stuff and including our hiring process. Case in point, here's another thing. Honestly, paper applications are great, but they take too long. And a lot of stuff is still paper. And it's like, nah, we need to get we need to
The
get all that stuff
application
online.
period take too long. They want you to fill out all these dang on application pages and then submit a resume that basically says the same information you putting in on the
Man,
application. It's kind of confusing and pointless in a sense to me, but who am I?
fabulous.
Who am I?
Next. Nah, right?
So,
Be
okay,
like,
I
see,
hope
next.
that again, a lot of these things again streamline that process. I mean, hopefully, they get on that. The new department head lady.
This ain't nothing new either. In
I know.
2017, it took them 2 months to get me on. And I'm not speaking. I love the city. God bless the city.
Oh my! And then he done. And then he done.
I forget that I'm in leadership. Let me.
But yeah, but no,
Keep
that
it real and raw. That's what we need.
that turn. Oh gosh, that turnaround. That's real, and it's like, who's gonna sit around and wait to hear back from someone
Yeah.
3 months when, especially now, everybody named Mama is hiring. So why am I
If
gonna
they get back to you, and I'm
Everybody
gonna say
in
this
their
too,
they
mama.
get
if
back?
they get back to you,
But I
because
mean,
I'm
even now,
still
it's
waiting for me
more
to hear back
ways
from
to get.
somewhere.
It's more ways to work for yourselves. Because thinking about the process of how people are finding creative ways to make more money without having to work full time
Mhm.
jobs. So they have to think about that aspect as well. Like, how are y'all being flexible for that type of stuff? So it's a lot to this
Mm.
process. It's a lot.
We're staying tuned.
Yep.
Yes, to be
I'm excited for
continued.
this next
To be
development,
continued,
though.
but they need to figure out something because I could not imagine having trash issues. So sorry for y'all city folks. That's crazy.
To be continued.
We
To be.
continue.
You see,
So we're gonna keep it moving. Development, y'all. It's so many development. It's a lot of
It's
development
a
going
lot
on
going
in
on.
Minneapolis, and as we continue these Monday Night Lives, I'll try to do my best to highlight some of them, just so the people are aware of what's going on, and also like you can reach out to your alder person, because all these alder people have to vote on every single one of these development projects. So feel free to reach out to them because that's their job. And you can ask them questions too. See how they voted, how they feel about it. So one such development is the lighthouse development. Now it's been hella meetings, at least 5 different committee meetings talking about this development project. And so I don't think I would really be able to do it justice. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play a brief clip from the developer into development as they break down, give an overview of this lighthouse development project.
The overview of the project, like Dan mentioned, is a 67-acre waterfront site on the Mississippi River, just north of the Chain of Rocks Bridge. It's located within an opportunity zone, and it's a themed destination development, like Dan mentioned. This next slide will give you a better idea of the location of our site, right on the Mississippi River. Just north of the site will be the St. Louis Zoo Wildcare Park as well. This is a site aerial that Dan was referring to, facing north. As you can see, we have upwards of 1,500 linear feet of Mississippi River waterfront at this location. There's currently a gas station that's right here in this corner. If you drive by the site right now. And this is a high-level rendering encapsulating what Lighthouse Point could bring to the north side. Tourism, hospitality, retail, the potential of this site to be a landmark destination for St. Louis. And this next slide breaks the project into 3 phases. Again, this gives you an idea of the order of operations that the work would be performed. Phases 1 and 2 would be built simultaneously, and we would keep our finger on the pulse to see what would be best for the city in phase 3 while we are building phases 1 and 2. And
so, real quick, the reason why it was like 3 million different committee meetings to discuss this development project is because there's legislation presented requesting the establishment of a transportation development district, a community improvement district, and also seeking a tax abatement and an exemption on materials that they buy that's used to build this joint. So real quick, a tax abatement don't mean that they ain't paying no taxes. It means that they are paying taxes to the cost of the project pre-improvements. So they're still paying something on it, not the full amount, but something on it. That sales tax exemption on the construction materials, obviously the stuff they buy to build it, they wouldn't pay the sales tax on it. And then talking about the TDD and the community improvement district, basically once this stuff is built up, when people go on that property and purchase things or do whatever they need to do, there'll be a special tax applied. And my understanding is that sales tax that's captured, the coin will go back to the developer because, the developer, they're putting in their coins on this project. So those sales taxes that are generated, my understanding will kind of be a reimbursement to the developer. So there were like a bunch of meetings to discuss these different parts of this very large, complicated development. And you have different viewpoints, right? You have folks, Alderwoman Middlebrook, she's sponsoring this legislation and this project. So you had her and other alder people on the north side super excited and happy because they're like, yay, we're getting some development. This is going to be lit, like entertainment, a water park and restaurants and like this is great for our area. And then you have some of the other alder people that are kind of sounding the alarm because they feel like there may be some legit environmental issues that maybe aren't being considered with this project. And so I'm gonna play. So when I'm talking about environmental impact, I'm gonna play this clip and then I'm gonna kind of open it up because I want to get Van and Alan's take on this. So here's kind of an overview of like what some of the environmental concerns are with this project.
Then I think some of the most compelling testimony to me was folks from the Mississippi River cities, I don't know what the last letter is, but it's a coalition of cities and towns along the Mississippi River from, all the way from Minnesota all the way on down to New Orleans. And their concerns were not that we can't develop. they said, like, we're not saying you can't develop anything on the river. It was, now is the time at the front end of a project like this to get the types of assurances that the city needs to make sure that the project is careful, is safe, is not going to negatively impact both our environmental, like our water intake and our riverfront, as well as anyone further downriver of us, right? So there are some serious questions on this project about and not the folks who are proposing this project, but the people who have previously owned the land, about when the land was built up and what the effects of building up that land have done to the area immediately south of there, and then further south, when we know that we've lambasted the county and counties further north of us for building up their levees and giving no care for the people that are downriver of them. You know, when Cairo goes underwater, it's because we've built these up in other places. So the land is already built. So it's not. That is if that was done with permission, then fine, but it's a little shaky about whether that was done with permission. So that is done, but then what else happens on there, right? So we were asking questions about permeable surfaces that are swamp lands that when the river does rise, are there areas for the water to go into that can be absorbed? So it's not just sending more water downriver. We're not just delaying the problem further downriver. And then sort of what types of assurances are in place to protect from chemicals or builder, the boating chemicals, or somebody has an accident. I don't know if you remember, there was a sailboat that wrecked on the chain of rocks last year, and that was an experienced sailor, and they weren't able to. The fire department had to rescue him, and then the boat sank. So it's all of that, right? And it is understandably a part of our city that absolutely needs investment and development. It's just how do we deal with the largest river in North America and the consequences of dabbling with that river at the same time as we're trying to build proactive and contributing development in our city. That's really, I mean, like the Alderman said, there's not restaurants, there's not entertainment up there in that part of the city, and that all makes sense to me. It's the marina portion itself, to me, that is the biggest challenge here, and is why I can't vote yes.
You ready?
So, again, interesting here because you have our north, some of the north side alder people. They're very, they obviously want this development to happen. It's a great opportunity. And then you have the flip side of not saying, yo, this is not saying they don't want the development to happen, but again, there are some considerations that they feel like aren't being made long term. Then you have those same older people saying, look, y'all, this is preliminary, right? This ain't the end all be all. So, there are checks and balances to this. Like if we approve this stuff, the feds, they're going to have to, do their due diligence. State level people, they're going to have to do their due diligence. So it's a lot of signatures that have to sign off on this stuff to make sure that, everything is cool when it comes to some of these environmental issues. You're talking about water contamination and flooding downriver and all this stuff. Obviously, it's not going to get signed off on by the feds and all these other entities if there's a legit concern. So that was a lot of what was going with the back and forth here. So I don't know. Like, what do y'all think?
I get trolley vibes.
Oh, you talking about like in the loop?
I get U City trolley vibes when I hear about it.
What is giving you the is it the marina? Is it the marina?
Yeah, I feel like the it being complicated, and I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a lot of back and forth and maybe a lot of delays.
I just think there's so much land in that space that why touch the water? That's all I feel like. I mean, I think it needs development. I think it does. I think it's great to develop in that space, but there's so much land that you can build on. Why do you have to touch the water? And I think that's kind of what the lady was kind of emphasizing.
Because we're not a water city. When have we ever been a water city?
I mean,
Like,
other than like the boat, what is that boat still down there? Y'all remember that
that's
entertainment boat?
it. That's it. But we not going on the boat to the. We going on the boat to gamble
Not
and the
that
party.
boat.
It's just
It
on
used
the
to be
river
like a
boat.
boat. What? Yeah, like a boat that like goes out in the river. And it used to be
Yeah,
a
we used to
boat.
get on the I remember getting on the
I don't know. I
not the
don't know.
trolley, the it was a thing, a lot of stuff, but not the river activities. They damn like you can still go riverboat. It's like maybe like two river
Okay, maybe that's
boats.
what it's called. And I never done it. I just heard about it. Like I never done it.
They party on the river, but you be inside the boat turning up, getting drunk. Like
I
Sounds
mean,
like a great
I'm
time.
with you though. I feel exactly
Again,
what
I
you're
don't know.
saying. Like the marina part, like it's so much land, it's so much stuff inward that they can do. It's like
Why do
and
that?
it's so much potential in other you know. And I
I
guess maybe the advocate of the opposite of me saying is just like, are they only saying no because it's North
yeah,
Riverfront?
that's
You
what that's
know?
been a lot of the back and forth is like, oh, so every time we try to do something, y'all come up here and y'all say, wait, we need to wait. No, how much longer do we need to wait? I mean, I could go on and on. I'm not. Y'all get what I'm saying. But yes, Alan, that's kind of like the flip of the coin. It's like, why do we have to wait?
Yeah, I feel that, but I also feel like you don't want to rush into nothing, and then like years later, we have some issues from it because we rushed and did the development. Like I said, I agree there definitely needs to be development, but can we do something that's on the land first before we touch the
Yeah,
water that affects a lot of people?
Mhm.
Um,
yeah.
I mean, because it's
The
not just
plus side is that it's broken down into
and
phases.
as far as lawsuits for the city and stuff like that, because then we're gonna
Mhm.
go bankrupt because we ain't got no money to be paying up. I don't know. Look now, don't go there. I'm just going down my rabbit hole, y'all. That ain't what's
I
happening.
thought it was kind of
Now,
interesting
what's
how the
happening?
developers getting reimbursed too. Like I thought it was kind of interesting how the developers getting reimbursed. I'm like, okay,
Yeah. So
How you think they
all
make
right.
their money, Alan? That's exactly what they do. They
yeah,
invest and get
it's
their money back.
it's
Yeah.
a
Well,
lot
I
of
guess yeah.
tools.
I just hearing that like the taxes are going to him is like, huh?
It's a lot
Like,
of
but
tools. Yeah, it's a lot of
That's how
tools.
they make their money back to keep investing and developing. They
And
gotta get their coins.
yeah, it's
I
an incentive.
wanna
Yeah, that's their
go
motivation.
home.
You know what I'm saying?
I
But
wanna go home. Just take
I
it away.
wow, I will share this though, y'all. These bills, all this discussion, the bills were actually up for perfection, so they weren't passed. They were perfected, but I guess maybe yeah. So they're kind of moving
That's
forward.
another one of those. We'll
Well, I
see
know it's
what
real when it's on the
happens.
second floor. When I start seeing the big layouts on the second floor of the state building I work in, or the SODC, when they start
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Yeah, y'all, they got a lot of plans for the city of St. Louis, man.
Yeah, St.
So
Louis is coming up.
I know City of St. Louis. We have so to be continued on that. We have one St. Louis County highlight. So the county council, we always, you know what I'm saying, shed light on the county council. They actually didn't have a county council meeting on Tuesday because of the elections, I guess. However, I kind of wanted to highlight the city of Ferguson. Their council actually will be moving forward on holding a special election, I think in February of 2023, to recall the second ward councilwoman, Tony Burrows. Now, from what I can gather, this process started with a petition, like, and I forget however many petitions folks had to sign
They
to
got them signatures. They
so
was knocking on doors. I'm sorry.
they got the signatures they needed, turn them joints in. And so there will be a special election to recall her from her seat. And this is leading up to, I know there's a mayoral election coming up in the city of Ferguson and some other stuff happening. These spring elections, y'all, are going to be very
It's
interesting.
gonna be live, yeah.
It's
Real quick, could you fill me in? What exactly did she do? Why are they trying to recall her? Fill a city
that
boy
is
in.
a very
I said
loaded.
that's about like another show.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
what's the number one
This
thing? Like,
version is she made the city manager feel very uncomfortable in some sense.
okay,
I'll say that.
that's all you need to say. Cool.
It's something between her and the city manager. The some of the people in the city of Ferguson feels like they rather have the city manager than her right now. That's what I'm getting out of this. And so they're like they want to keep the city manager and they ready to like yeah.
Interesting. Bro.
So this is really interesting, y'all. Shout out to all these because I mean, again, Kelly, you kind of do like a broad of St. Louis County, but as we know, St. Louis County has 50 different municipalities. In city of Ferguson, and y'all know your girl is a Ferguson resident. It is talk about drama. Ferguson is real. It's real. Well, I am not very much surprised about this. I can't wait to see how this turns out.
Yeah.
I am actually in this ward that she yeah. And so I would highly say all of my Ferguson residents, please get engaged. Because not only like you said, this is coming up in February. There's the mayor election, and that's going to get
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
we need all hands on deck to make sure that we move Ferguson truly forward. That's all I'm gonna say. We really need to make sure that Ferguson is moving truly forward, and we need all people on hands on deck. Because when I say these folks out here that's engaged, they serious out here. Clearly,
Yeah, clearly. I
mean
mean,
anything like this.
you got the ball rolling, getting somebody like
And
recalled.
she just got voted back in.
Yeah, that part. I'm like, didn't they just? You know what? I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah,
So I don't know what the process is as far as like, yeah, I don't know if the council. I want to say the council they might appoint. I don't know. I don't know what
I don't
happens.
know either, but I'm interested to see like if she does get recalled.
Yeah, if she's recalled, yeah, I
Is
don't
there
know.
going to be a vote in April for some new people? Do they have like a backup person? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm really interested in that too because I feel like again Ferguson is a hot commodity, as in people who want to run. Well, I don't know, but it is kind of in a sense.
Shout out to Dave Chappelle. He shouted out Ferguson on
Yeah,
SNL.
He
did.
did.
Yeah.
SNL. He talked
did.
about
Oh, I was like, damn. Okay.
Right. I was like, interesting. Some black people in Ferguson. Oh wow. Okay.
he ain't it. You would not know that though if you didn't live amongst in this space. There is plenty of black folks here. And this is why I keep emphasizing that we have to get engaged, y'all. Because
I'm gonna try to reach out to Dave Chappelle. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to reach out to him, see if he can join us or
that
something.
would be
Hey.
In Ferguson, leading up to all of these elections.
come on, Dave Chappelle. We need
Why
you.
not? Why not?
We need something like you said to like motivate people to get out and turn up somewhere at the polls. Anyway, but yeah, shout out to Ferguson, y'all. Shout out to St. Louis. Shout out to Missouri. Shout out to us.
Shout out to the Hood Talks podcast.
Yes. And this is the perfect segue to our bright spot because we know we talk about some things that maybe make us be like, damn. So we have to we got to end it on a high note, on a positive note. So our bright spot that we are highlighting today, again, the Hood Talks podcast. Oh my gosh. So Vanna, tell us what is happening on the 17th.
So December 17th is our second anniversary celebration show. We are celebrating 2 years in the game and helping that also will be like kicking off our third season of the Hood Talks podcast. I mean, y'all gotta tap into this show because we got special guests from the St. Louis Community College graphic design department coming on, and I haven't really told people like what part they're coming from. So that's a gem I just dropped. Exclusive here on Monday Night Live. Yes, they are coming to chat it up with us, but we also got some special announcements that we're going to be announcing about the Hood Talks podcast. And we got raffle and a giveaway. So if you don't follow the Hood Talks podcast on social media, please go follow us on Facebook at the Hood Talks podcast and Instagram as well at the Hood Talks podcast. To stay in the loop about those raffles and giveaways, I will be dropping some information at the beginning of December. So yeah, it's gonna be a great time, y'all. We celebrating 2 years in the game. Can y'all
Let's
believe
go.
2 years in the game, and we've been going hard.
Let's
What
go.
I'm talking about. Get it. So make sure y'all follow. Please follow Vanna the Hood Talks on all the platforms.
On all the platforms.
To stay tapped in, so you can participate, engage, and get into it.
Yeah, we bringing some dope topics this season, man. We talking about some St. Louis versus St. Louis. Ain't that needed, y'all?
Yes.
Yes, I know. So, and we are still looking for guests. So hit me up, y'all. If you think you want to be on the show, hit me up. Yeah, we're looking for guests. And we talking. Shout out to our rural folks. We talking rural versus urban. We ain't different.
I'm really looking forward to that conversation.
Yeah.
You know, we live in Misery, Missouri. But
we have to engage them. Y'all see these red? We gotta engage with these.
We have to, because and take out the D and the R. You know what I'm saying? Remove the Democrat, remove the Republican. Let's take the party stuff out. Let's just be people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we need. People have to understand these divisions are designed, y'all. These divisions have been created to divide and conquer us.
And it has worked perfectly.
And I ain't talking black, white, technically.
No.
I'm just saying DR right now.
Man, it's levels to this. Like, you can really take these levels and really dissect how deep it goes. So we really gotta, do some soul searching and really conversating. So yeah.
So that's all right, Alan, AP. You got any special announcements? Anything that you want to say that the people need to know about?
Holly Jolly Job Fair down at Slate, going almost every week. We got the next one is tomorrow, 9 to 12, down at Slate 1520 Market Street, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Come on down. We got tons of different organizations there. I could probably get the flyer, but yep, that's all I got really.
And y'all are doing this, the Jolly situation. Are y'all doing it like every week or what?
Yeah, pretty much weekly, give or take the holiday schedule, but yeah, pretty much weekly. I think we got another like maybe 3 or 4 more left. Yep.
Yeah, so get a job. Y'all can get a job. Clearly, city hiring. Everybody hiring.
Facts. Everybody hiring. And I'm gonna see if I can get that list up real quick. But yep.
All right. And y'all are on social media, right? Slate's on social media. So
you can follow Slate, or you can follow our executive director, Frederica McGlown. She always keeps you she definitely always keeps you informed of everything. And you can follow me, AP Divine Music. I always share stuff too. So yep. Oh yeah, here we go. So yes, the next one is tomorrow, November 15th. Then it's Wednesday, November 30th. So we're taking a break for the Thanksgiving holiday. And then it's Thursday, December 8th, and Friday, December 16th.
Oh wow.
And these are all the different companies attending, and not any particular day, but Allied Universal, AmeriCorps, AOS Staffing, Armory, STL, Automated Health, City of St. Louis, Complete Quality Care LLC, Easter Seals Midwest, Express Medical Transporters, Fastenal, FedEx, First Student, Fox Associates LLC, Heritage Investment Capital, Higher Level, Levy Restaurants at Enterprise Center, LHM, Meridian, Mid-American Carpenters, Regional Council, Apprenticeship and Training Program, which is really dope. I want to pause right there. I know folks have been on CDL. CDL is great, but there are so many other apprenticeship programs. Come down to Slate and find out about those. But yeah, the Mid-America's Carpenters want to get in the Carpenters Union. They got a whole apprenticeship program. Missouri Central School Bus. Y'all, they need school bus drivers, y'all. Come on. Penske Logistics, Precoat Materials, Spectrum, Transportation Security Administration, aka TSA, Unleash Your Potential, United Parcel Service, UPS, and Walmart.
Oh
But yeah,
wow.
so it's come down and get a job.
A little bit for everybody.
Just
I mean, like
tell
it's a lot of
somebody,
bragging.
yo, yep, come on, and we'll all be down there. We'll be sharing information on programs and different training things like too. So come find out about jobs, but find out about programs and things that you can get assistance as well. So especially if you are low income. So come on down.
Yeah, shout out Slate for that. For real. Y'all don't be playing around.
We don't. We about this life.
And shout out Kicking It for a Cause, November 30th, y'all.
Hey, that's it.
Yes, November 30th, Contemporary Art Museum on Wash Ave. Uh Game night edition. It's gonna be lit.
Peep the new trailer. New trailer be out. New trailer out soon.
Yep. So yeah, y'all. Thank you all. Thanks. We had a few folks join us. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my cousin Ryan and his comments that I didn't want to share because I ain't trying to get caught up out here. But shout out to Ryan. Shout out to anyone else that's been viewing. As always, shout out to the folks on the show. Thank you, Alan, for joining us tonight. Hope you had a really good time. Hope you come back to join us soon. Always, Vanna, shout out to you. And to anyone out there in the internet land, feel free, drop a comment, your thoughts on any of the topics we discussed, and also please tell a friend, and have them tell a friend about our Monday Night Live show. We will be here next week, same time, same place, to get into more of the drama of the city and county local governments.
It's real, y'all. It's real.
So until then, have a great week. And we will see you next week. Stay safe out there, y'all.
Peace.
Peace out.
Let me stop throwing them gang signs.